let's be honest, the elephant in the room is that 20 years ago or so, people thought that His Royal Highness was a bit of an eccentric. They thought the things he stood for were absurd, that they were self-indulgent, that they were peculiar, that they had no relevance, that they were merely the witterings of someone who had nothing better to do. Well, let's think about all the issues that His Royal Highness brought to our attention all those years ago. The built environment, the relationship of a citizen and the built world in which they find themselves, and happiness. No one had heard of the phrase sick building syndrome 30 years ago. No one really considered the environment all that time ago. Certainly no one considered that there was a possibility that a holistic approach to the way we live, who we are inside spiritually, who we are socially, who we are politically, who we are commercially, are not separate units. We are individuals, all crying out to love and be loved, to be friends, to be friendly, to hope, and to do the best for our children and to do the best for ourselves and that little inner voice inside ourselves as we fall asleep. And that really is what His Royal Highness stands for. That acceptance of a whole person and a whole society. And everything that Business in the Community and his other charities stand for flows from that. And the achievements of it have been simply, in my view, astonishing. And I think, forget, if you like, what he has said. Just picture for a moment what a Prince of Wales might have been if they hadn't had His Royal Highness's own very particular sense. They might just have got on with all the typical things you might imagine someone born into the blood royal might get on with. A bit of horse racing here, a bit of military this, there, a bit of handshaking. They wouldn't have bothered. Does anybody seriously believe that His Royal Highness gains personally from this so-called meddling that he does? No. In fact, if anything, he has to put up with a great deal of criticism and a great deal of misunderstanding. So I think all of us in this room ought at least to recognise that we all owe, as a nation, whether we like to admit it or not, a great deal to this remarkable man and everything he's done for the years in which he has created these extraordinary charities.